Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Aharen-San, episode 3. So we're kind of want to change. Was it? We're kind of switching seats. That's what it's called. And once again, this show is become really funny and hilarious, and it's full of charm as well. And I really enjoy this series so far. I'm enjoying this a lot. And this episode was just like a lot of misunderstanding, especially for our guy Rido. I mean, the whole episode starts off when we first come out, his hair is getting longer, and all of a sudden Aharen comes in, her hair is all sticking up like straight up, right? And thinking it might be bedhead. First it's bedhead, but it's not. So he's thinking that he's like that Aharen has joined like a metal rock group. Because she's doing like the head banging thing, with the hair flying over, right? And he thinks she was joining a metal group, but it really is just bedhead. And also this episode, like Aharen is kind of like speaking a bit more loud, speaking more in this episode. She's always acting like she says a little less things or stuff for our guy Rido to understand, right? But she's speaking a whole lot in this episode. Which is funny enough, but it's not a bad thing. So she's complaining how it's because it was just bedhead. So as how he wants to try to fix her hair, right, and then of course our stalker girl Oshiro, is hiding in the locker when he opens it, and he's asking her to help her out. So, and once again, more Rido does more assuming that she's gonna do something terrible to her hair, right? Like mess it up, right? Or even like do a different style or shave her head bald, right? But no, all he did was like trim her bangs a bit and spruce it up and makes it look nice, and then. And even more, also, would you like to she's asking Rido, would you like a haircut? And you think she's gonna do the same because she's gonna give that menacing look, which she gives off, but no, she actually trims his hair nice too as well. Although she was thinking of trimming shaving his head bald though. But thing is though, since Rido was friends with Aharen, which like I said, Aharen is Oshiro's childhood friend, right? So she doesn't want her childhood friend with the friend she's friends with, right? So she doesn't want to upset. So that's why she doesn't want. She thought about shaving his head bald, but she didn't want to upset Aharen or Reina, which is her first name. So she doesn't want to upset. But I'll go by her last name. She just shows that's why she didn't want to do it, because she didn't want to upset Aharen. But and then like more hilarious basically, a lot of funny shenanigans are basically happening in this episode, really enough, and but like the whole thing when they go do PE, right? Like the whole thing which I had to laugh when they're like when Rido was making Aharen stretch out, right? And he's hearing all this cracking in Ahiren's back. He's like, "Are you okay?" He keeps on saying, "Are you okay?" And then all of a sudden, like she's like folded down like a. She's completely folded all the way down to the ground. She's like stuck like this. I didn't give a laugh like that. I was like, she's completely stuck, folded in half, face down on the ground. So yeah, that was just hilarious. Like I said, I'm enjoying this show, and this is very funny as well. And then even a point where they're playing baseball, and he's pitching, and she's up next to bat. And thinking like, oh, she's like taking this stance, like right to bat, but all of a sudden, but it's not the case because every pitch he throws, it's a ball, and she just basically throws the ball, and she just walks to the base, and then her team ends up winning. And she's like, she's doing a little bit like yay, like this, and raise her hands like in yay, right? Aharen's just like Aharen. Rido's just sitting there like, because he's making all these assumptions, and he's been wrong and everything. Or report where and then also when it comes to when it comes also when they're at their cooking class, right? And since like how Aharen-San's always making good food for Aharen, so he wants to try to do it, but he makes it, all the food he's made is terrible. Like, it's giving out that purple aura, right? It's terrible. But Aharen ends up eating. It's like, oh, thank you very much, and then he collapses, and then. So like they're both collapsing because like when Aharen makes it, because all the food's good because she's a natural cook, right? Also the point where I forgot to mention where after the whole haircut thing, right? Aharen wants both Shiro and Raito to eat lunches together, right? And like, of course, Shiro's keeping her distance, of course, and like how Aharen wants to give her a meatball, but she's still staying far away though. But so Aharen gives her a long extended chopstick with a meatball on it to feed her with. And the point where she's even tense, right? Like Aharen's like her lips are dry, her hands are dry. Like the point where she's getting lip balm, like the same thing like with those in the last episode with the eardrops, she's getting it all over her face. Same thing with the lip balm. So Aharen has to do it for her, but he messes it up. So Shiro has to do everything for her. Like she puts the lipstick on her, like lip balm or chapstick, I would say chapstick, and like gives her massages and a foot massage, everything, and just completely pampering her. And the point where, and also lastly, she gives her hand cream for her dry hands. So she's she cares a lot about her friend a lot, so just gives her all the pampering she needs. And then afterwards, after the cooking class, like at the time where they're going to switch seats, right? There was also a point where Aharen can't take notes because there's a guy in front of her who's big and she can't see the chalkboard. So like Aharen is trying to make her best to like give her ways to like make her see the blackboard, right, or chalkboard. If there's a point where even Aharen is using a submarine telescope to try and see. Or like stacking a desk on top of a desk where she can see, but she's scared of heights, or he's holding her up, but he can't hold her that long. And then when times it comes to like switching new seats, they're just basically staying where they are anyway. So, I mean, like, this show has just been this episode was really great, and especially it's been very funny. This episode was very funny so far, and I've been thoroughly enjoying this show as well. So. I mean, I want to see more of these misunderstandings or shenanigans that Raito keeps on doing with Aharen. So it's been really funny, and just I haven't got bored or tired of it all night yet though. But I don't think I'll never won't be. More of Oshiro as well, and she's been a really funny character as well. Like to the point where she may look like a medicine though, but even to the point, like I said, she even wanted to shave off Raito's hair though, but she didn't want to upset her friend though. But and it was also this episode was focusing only I forgot to mention the last hilarious thing. Duh. There's a point where she's like doing this. Aharen's doing like this weird dance, right? And just, once again, Aharen is assuming what is she doing though, right? So she wants to be a YouTuber, right? A YouTuber. So he's recording her dance, and before he's getting in on it, right? To want to make her famous and all that stuff. But really, it was just an assignment for a teacher to show and dance, right? Which, first of all, why would they show this assignment to your teacher, right? But yeah, he was just like, okay, it was just an assignment. So it's another hilarious misunderstanding, So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. Like, I want to see more crazy shenanigans and stuff like that, right? And I'm liking these characters a lot too. So, but this was also, I mentioned, this whole thing was all set the whole thing was set in entire school, which is a high school anime. So, but I want to say just a slightly bit more things of what they want to do outside of school, right? Like the first episode, like karaoke or something like that, or bowling, like I saw in Hisamori's Not Just a Cutie, right? Like they went bowling, right? So I would like to see more outside activities outside of school. I'm just saying, So Shikimori, I didn't say Mishimura. Shikimori is not just a cutie. But yeah, this is another really fun episode. I would say hilarious episode. Hilarious episode. So yeah, I had fun with this episode. So yeah, that's that's episode 3 of it's been shorter. It's shorter than usual. So than the other ones I did. But yeah, episode 3, we're gonna switch seats. It's another very funny episode. I enjoyed it. So, and our 3 characters are very funny too. I enjoyed all 3 of them. So I'm liking this. Like I said, I'm liking this series a lot. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review, and we'll see you all later.